Yeah, I'm Rick Santos from Toromont Cat. As a Caterpillar dealer in Ontario, Manitoba, and the Atlantic and Quebec parts of Canada. And I am a human resources leader, a business partner, and I oversee the recruiting department. The name of our program is called From Nunavut to Newfoundland, Toromont Cat's Management Trainee Program. The reason we call it that is because it's an expansive geography and it covers a whole lot of people and a whole lot of ground. The goal of this program is to identify top talent, bring them in at a fairly early stage in their career, whether they're recent grads or recent grads with a little bit of experience, and get them into our business. The goal is to build our pipeline for the future for technical and general management leaders. At the same time, make sure we got succession plans for the current business as well as for future leadership, as mentioned earlier. And also to make sure that the business can deliver results at the end of the day that are in line with our objectives and goals. Yeah, our target audience is primarily students coming out of college programs. Up in Canada, there are universities, and then we have vocational schools like community college, where there's a technical skill set that we always look at too. Part of what we're after is a general business skill set, or an engineering skill set, or a mining skill set. Typically, there'll be four-year grads that have some kind of a foundational program that'll come back and immediately give us some what I would call academic grounding, and we'll take them the rest of the way through the program. We've learned a couple of lessons this year. One, that it's a very popular program. Our senior leaders have recognized the value of the throughput of what the individuals have done as graduates of the program to a point where the business success has been phenomenal. What does that mean? Tremendous pressure on uptake into the business. I no longer have to push these trainees into the business. The business is pulling them in at a rate faster than we can accommodate, which is growth, which is good for us. The return on investment is measured a couple of ways. One, I'll start by simply saying we've got succession planning, which I would happily tell you at least 25% of all of our key positions are identified with a management trainee. So that gives me some comfort in the future pipeline of what we've got for the future as far as leadership. So that's a win right there. In line with that today, I've got 12% of my key roles covered by graduated management trainees. So there's some success in that particular skill set and development. At the same time, we've done some comparative studies and we've seen that positions, leadership positions, that are filled by management trainees or graduates of the management trainee program are driving results up to 430% in business growth as compared to people or managers, traditional managers, who have not come with this kind of a skill set or training. Yeah, so this program, we see tremendous growth. So for what we plan to do in the future for success is, because as I mentioned, our territory is from Nunavut to Newfoundland is huge, we need to identify some of these more non-urban areas and how we're going to fill get people to stay there. The reason I say it this way is we got a lot of talent that we can pull out of urban areas. Sometimes in the less urban areas, a lot harder to find talent. So we're going to put some focus on boots on the ground, graduates of programs that come from those particular geographies. That'll make sure we're successful in these areas where we're less represented, and it's going to give us a better success rate for the future if we target those areas. Another thing we're trying to do is inject a little more diversity into our program, and be perfectly blunt, we're trying to get more women into non-traditional roles, get more Indigenous or Aboriginal people into our business. It's just part of what was, doing what's right, as they say, to make sure we got a representative workforce across the Toromont business. LEAD 2018 has been fun. We had a pretty good set of speakers yesterday that I was quite surprised, was emotionally charged with some compelling stories about leadership that certainly moved me and moved a lot of people at my table. So I was pleasantly surprised and certainly very, very happy to be here. I was incredibly overwhelmed with the type of feedback and stories I heard yesterday.